I've made a difference in one student's life, then I truly set out what I've wanted to accomplish since I was a sophomore in high school. My goal, and I still remember making it my sophomore year, was if I graduate college, I am giving back. And if I've changed one life, I did my job because I was that one life. So before I was 10, when I was a kid, I grew up in a household where my father was abusive. You know, I remember seeing my mother with, bruises, usually sometimes had a bloody face, and just wasn't a happy childhood. Finally, one day, my mom had enough and divorced him. And about a year later, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. I didn't know what cancer was. I didn't know how it affected people. I remember the day that I came home, and it was my aunt's birthday. It was January 11th, and I'm never gonna forget this because I run up to my aunt and I say happy birthday and all that, and she's like, thank you, but she had to tell us some news, and that was the day my mom passed away. But yeah, it's hard. It was difficult, but thankfully, I had my grandparents in my life, and they stepped up to the plate, and they try to be the best parents / grandparents that we needed in our lives. And it's crazy too, because my grandma was 72 years old when my mom passed away. So, and my grandpa was 65. So for two people who are retired and now have a 9-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 13-year-old that they have to start all over again. My neighborhood, my community wasn't a college-going environment. There was no, you're going to college, or no expectations. My grandparents didn't even know what college was. They never understood it. Why go to more school if you don't need to? And I think that's because my grandparents, they came from Mexico. My grandma didn't even make it out of grade school. She probably finished 2nd, 3rd grade. My grandpa maybe kindergarten. I didn't start thinking about college until my sophomore year. So I remember one day, my sophomore year in high school, a recruiter from A&M came and decided to speak to us about college. And it wasn't until this day that I was like, I might have a chance to go to college. And it was Roy Lopez. He was a recruiter from A&M. And I remember, he had so much energy and passion. And I was like, who is this guy? Why is he so excited about a university? It's just a college. Who cares, right? But it wasn't until he told his story about how his parents were immigrants and they came to the U.S. and they struggled. He was low income, but he got into A&M, and he did his 4 years, and he graduated, and now he's working for a university. And in my eyes, I was like, if he can do it, why can't I do it? So some people would see low income or first generation as something they want to hide. And I wear it as a badge of honor. I grew up poor, and I was the first one in my family, because it shows others that I overcame something. Why can't you? Because of one man being vulnerable and talking about his background and his upbringing, I now have the chance to talk about what I've gone through, and now hopefully I can continue to do this good work and change lives. So currently, right now, I'm actually working for A&M. I'm in charge of a scholarship called Science Leadership Scholars, and we basically work with first-generation low-income students. A lot of these students, they don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to be open. They don't want to trust these people that they've never met in their lives. And it's not until I truly get to speak in front of them and tell them about everything I've been through and what I had to overcome and why I'm even in this role today trying to help them is when they actually buy in. Because of the scholarship, they now feel like they're able to make an impact on their families' lives, not just their lives, because these students aren't just doing it for themselves, they're doing it for their families. And I'm truly grateful that I'm in a position to where I can help these students and have donors who believe in programs like these.
What do you hope that they remember about their time with you?
I guess I hope my students see that I was a person in their lives that truly cared about their success. That here's a person who overcame so much and decided to pick a career to help those who come from similar backgrounds as himself. That he tackled it with passion, being kind-hearted, and not forget where he came from. And if I can do that for one student, I've done my part in this world.
Well then, Victor, I think we can actually answer that for you.
Okay.
Alright, put these on. Just sit, watch, listen, okay?
Victor became a lot more than an advisor. He became the person that he never had and he always needed, and now he's that for hundreds of kids.
He stepped up in so many ways, and he took the time to learn how to be that for me, and he learned how to be the person that every single person needed.
I haven't had very many people tell me or believe in me that much. It's abounding. He believes in all of his students.
I would thank him for all the love and support he gave to not just me, but to every single one of his students.
His door is always open, and he just lets us into every part of his life. He gives every part of himself to his job and his students.
It makes me so happy to have him in my life, because he's the person that I needed and I was lucky enough to find.
I'm pretty sure that he's not superbly aware of the impact he's had on me. I've never gotten the chance to tell him that. I really want to tell him that.
Well, Victor, you want to come out?
Shut up. Oh my
gosh. You're kidding me.
I love the saying,
I love you, Vic.
that you never work a day in your life if you truly love what you do. And I can't believe I have a job where I get to work with students who are like me and just have so much passion or excited for school, and I get to help make an impact in their lives. That truly means the world to me because I get to be what I wish I would have had.